What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. Today, we're back with my 2024 Dodge Charger Scat Pack. This is the Daytona electric vehicle, and I'm here to tell you, this has got to be the most hated car on the internet. And if you don't believe me, just jump into the comment section below and take a look and start reading, and you will quickly realize that everybody hates this car. What's interesting is that on the internet, this car is completely hated. Nobody likes it. All the comments are negative. It is a horrible, horrible car, and people can't stand it. But in person, when people actually see the car and they hear the fake exhaust that everybody loves to hate, they actually love the car. And they tell me how amazing it is. They've never seen one in person before. Well, I understand why. For $85,000, this car is not going to be for everybody. I'm going to say very few people are going to go out and shell out 85 grand for a car like this. The numbers, in my opinion, don't make sense. So for that reason, I understand why people are hating on the car. But I think the real reason people hate the car is because it's electric. It's different. It's something unique. It's something that doesn't quite fit into any category. Chrysler, Dodge, likes to call it a muscle car. I'll be the first to admit it's quick. It's relatively fast. But I wouldn't call it a muscle car, guys. I would never have tried to sell this to the public as a muscle car. It's not. It's never going to be a muscle car. It's not a luxury car either, and it's rather large and extremely heavy, but it is 670 horsepower, and it is all-wheel drive, and it is quicker 0 to 60 than a Hellcat. Does it in 3.3 seconds, and it does the quarter mile in just over 11. So, I mean, the numbers kind of make sense, right? It is definitely up there in muscle car territory. The problem is, in my opinion, and I think in a lot of gearheads' opinions, a muscle car means it has a V8 engine. So, besides the fact that Chrysler/Dodge labeled the car wrong and tried to sell it to the American people as a muscle car, thinking we wouldn't know better, we know the difference, guys. They convoluted this car's name by making way too many different varieties. You have the Scat Pack, which is what I have. You have the RT, which is like 500 and something horsepower. These are EVs, but then you could get them in 2-door or 4-door variations, but that's not all. Then they created the GT, which most of you probably don't even know about yet. The GT is going to be the straight 6 turbo Hurricane engine, standard output. But then wait, there's more. They're going to have an Outlaw edition. That's right. It's going to be called Outlaw, and the Outlaw is the SST-HO. That's the high output straight 6 turbo Hurricane engine. And again, you can get either one of those in 2 doors or 4 doors. So there's going to be like 4 different cars, 2 of EVs and 2 of gasoline, but you can get either of those in 2 doors or 4 doors as well, and they are all Dodge Chargers. And to make matters even worse, the Dodge Charger started out in the 60s and the 70s as a 2-door car. But then they decided when they remade it in whenever, the 2000s or whatever it was, they decided to make it a 4-door car. And now that they've done that for so long, they have decided to go back to making it a 2-door car. But starting soon, you're going to see the 4-door variants reappear yet again. Why has this got to be so confusing? I don't understand it, and I think I'm not the only one that's confused. A lot of people are seeing this car and they're like, wait a minute, is it gas? Is it electric? I thought it was 4 doors. Wait, it's 2 doors? No, it's 2 doors? I thought it was 4 doors. It's confusing people to the point it makes people not even interested in the car anymore. Yeah, I've heard the rumors that, they might be coming out with one of these with a 6.4 liter, throwing a Hemi back in it. Honestly, I'm not too sure about that, guys. I think there's some modifications that would need to be done. The straight 6 turbo fits in this car. I know this because I have a leaked photo of the Charger standard output SST, so I know it exists. It's already here. You guys just probably haven't seen it yet, but cramming a V8 under the hood, I don't know that there's actually room for that. Now, let's get into the price, because that's one of the big killers of this car, next to advertising it as a muscle car when it isn't, making the American people feel like you think we're stupid, like we don't know the difference when we do. You throw us a nice fake exhaust sound, and in fact, why don't we do a cold start, right? Because you can do that with EVs. You didn't know that. Yeah, man. Cold start using the Fratzonic speaker system. Are you ready for this? Here we go. I said, here we go. I said, here we go. I don't know. You see what I mean? There we go. Come on. Come on. Do the thing. That's nothing. It's okay. Well, that's fine. No cold start for you guys today. And that brings me to the next problem with this car. It's very confusing. It has all kinds of technology, guys. I mean, honestly, the tech is pretty good, I think. It's pretty decent. It's pretty impressive. It's a nice place to be. It's very luxurious on the interior. It's very comfortable. It handles like an absolute dream. It handles like an absolute dream. Okay. We have a proximity key right here, right? So the car should know when we're like walking up to it, right? Except no. What if I push this? No, it's not going to let me in with the proximity key. So the proximity sensor apparently is not working. So if you hold unlock, will it let me in? There we go. See what I mean? Glitches. Yet another problem. Glitches and confusing technology. Technology should not be this confusing, guys. It should be easy to use. It should be easy to understand and operate. And unfortunately, I find myself relatively confused often with how certain functions are supposed to work, how to access certain menus. And I've been driving this car for quite a while now. I've put almost 500 miles on it, and I'm still trying to figure out how things work and why certain things don't have options at all. For instance, the Fratzonic exhaust system, aka the speaker. Why do we not have a menu for the speaker? Let me show you what I mean. If you get into the car, we'll fire it up, and it should give us a nice rumble to life sound, right? Push to start right here. Oh yeah. So, for whatever reason, it automatically starts in auto mode. I don't want it to start in auto mode. If I double press this, puts it in custom mode. The exhaust gets louder. I like that. That's what I want. I want it to start in whatever mode I leave it in last. So if I'm in drag mode, the car should restart on the next cycle in drag mode, but that's fine. Let's stick to our custom mode, and let's go to the setup settings, and let's see what we can adjust in here. Propulsion, track mode, perfect. Paddles are on. That's for regenerative braking. Great. Traction is in sport mode, suspension sport mode, and steering sport mode. But you know what's missing that you would find on a Hellcat, on a Scat Pack? Maybe even an RT with performance pages? You know what you're missing? Do you see it? Where's the exhaust? Show me a button for the exhaust. Down here we've got traction, lane departure assist, parking assist, USB-Cs. We have dedicated HVAC controls right here, which is nice, that's great. But we have no controls under here for exhaust. Now, you can go to, if we could get out of this, we can go, let's get out of this again. Come on, sometimes you gotta, wow, okay. Again, you see how slow it is? You see I pushed that button and it took forever to get here? That makes absolutely no sense. Now you can go to electric vehicle and there we go. We have creep mode, power flow, driving history, maximum battery level, schedules, all of that stuff. That's great. That's not what I'm actually looking for. Here we go. It's under dashboard. We have performance pages and race options. There. See how slow it is? My goodness, man. Race prep, launch control, drift and donut. We have activate drift mode and donut mode, which this is great that you can do this, guys. Drift minimum, drift maximum, donut. You can do a little slider over here. It's really nice that you have the ability to change these things. Race preparation. See, I push it and you have to wait like 2 seconds. Are you serious? You have performance pages. You saw I clicked it. And it takes this long to get us to this screen. Gauges. Again, laggy, just very, very laggy. I mean, we've got some nice gauges here, G-force, propulsion. All of this is wonderful. We've got lap timers. We've got so much here, guys, including the screen recorder. We've got the recorder. We've got the interior and exterior cameras as well. They call it X-Vision or something. It's driver experience recorder. It's a $2,000 option. This car has it. Couldn't tell you how to use it though. And I've looked through the owner's manual and I find it to be very confusing. And one of the things in this car that's not confusing is the haptic feedback physical buttons. Now, these aren't your traditional physical buttons where you push them and they actually go in and out, but when you push it, well, it does move, but the whole bar moves. You see what I mean? This entire bar is like one giant button, but you do get a really nice, quite satisfying actually, haptic feedback when you touch, and it makes a nice little click. Yeah, I like that. I like that. The home button takes you home and to your screen with your maps and your radio and everything. Your heated steering wheel, ventilated seats, heated seats, everything over there. You've got the big, I think this is like a 16-inch screen right here, which is really nice. You've got multiple pages, multiple driving modes. You've got a power shot button that most people don't even know about or even know what it does. This gives you 10 seconds of maximum horsepower and torque. It gives you all the beans, but only for 10 seconds. So when you're getting on it and you push it, it makes a funny noise, and then it tells you to hit the throttle, full throttle, and you get all the beans for 10 seconds, and that's all you get. And then to turn it off, you know, some people think the sound is gimmicky, and some people really don't like it. They think it's stupid and it doesn't make sense. And, you know, to each their own. Personally, I tend to drive this car in drag mode because drag mode is the only mode that you get the full sound of the exhaust. Personally, I love the sound of the Fretsonic speakers. I think the exhaust is cool, but I think we need some options. If I want to run this car in auto mode, or even if I want to run this car in economy mode, which, believe it or not, I do to conserve battery, if I want to be in eco mode, I should be able to have eco mode activated, but still have that full, nice, deep, rumbling sounding exhaust. And furthermore, I think we need more options for exhaust sounds as well. What if we want, say, something like a Ferrari, a nice 10-cylinder, or a 12-cylinder sound, or maybe something, you know, with a V8 with a flat plane crank. You know, maybe you want that just high revving, really nice sounding exhaust note. I think we should be able to change that. Or what if you want the Jetsons sound, right? That brrrr. What if you wanted that? I think we should have the option to upload or download different exhaust sounds and be able to control the exhaust sound. You know what I mean? Not just the sound that plays out of it, but the volume that the sound comes out as well. If you want to be in auto mode at full volume, you should be able to do that. Now, I've got the Windows sticker here in my hand, and before we go too much further into the car, I wanted to read a few things to you because I didn't even know what I got because of how confusing this car and the options are. There's so many different things that you can add onto this car. It's totally mind-boggling. So the base price starts at $64,995. All right, and I'm not going to get into all the, it's 670 horsepower, 0 to 60 and 3.3 does quarter mile in like 11 seconds. Okay, I give you all that. It's got tons of included options, but then you get down to the optional equipment, and we're looking at, this is what's crazy, the Scat Pack Stage 2, 670 horse, that's right, it's an option. To get 670 horse, you have to pay for it, and it's $3,200. And then there's another group under that that's $4,995. It gives you a bunch of bigger cluster and seats, and it's got the suede or Alcantara and leather and LED footwell lighting and, you know, a lot of stuff that people don't really care about. Next, we've got the Sun and Sound package for $24.95 that includes the full glass roof and an Alpine 18-speaker system with subwoofer. Then you add the carbon fiber and suede package for another $3,000. Oh my goodness. This is crazy. Dark exterior, badging, multi-func, blah, 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 suede headliner, carbon fiber interior accents. But that's not all. Then you get down here and we have the track package. The track package is another $3,495, gives you wide body competition suspension, adaptive dampening suspension, Brembo ultra high performance brakes, black one-piece performance spoiler, red brake calipers, staggered 305/35/20s and 325/35/20 all season tires. Then you have the driver experience recorder prep, and then we have a radio and driver seat memory for $1,000. But then we also have a driver experience recorder, $1,000. Destination charge, $1,995 for a total price of $85,170. That is incredible. Now, let's talk about some of the good things that I love about the car. And the first one is the warranty, which is absolutely incredible. On this car, you get your standard 3-year, 36,000-mile basic limited warranty that should cover just about anything and everything. But after that, you have an 8-year, 100,000-mile electric powertrain warranty. You also have an 8-year, 100,000-mile high-voltage battery warranty as well. And a little birdie told me that unlike Tesla, when you have a battery problem and they force you to replace the entire battery pack, and this is where things get interesting, because outside of warranty, that battery pack is going to cost you thousands, tens of thousands of dollars for a battery pack. This is a 100.5 kilowatt hour pack. This is not going to be cheap. It turns out Dodge is actually going to allow you to service the battery pack on the cell level, meaning you could replace individual bad or worn or damaged cells, assuming there's no other damage internal to the pack. You could actually replace individual cells, rebalance the pack, and send the car back down the road, which means you can get your car fixed and driving again for a hell of a lot cheaper than if you were driving a Tesla and had the same battery pack failure. In fact, I am not sure that there's any other automaker in the EV industry that allows you to repair the packs by replacing individual cells or packs of cells within the battery pack. So let's start talking about some of the other fun things with the car, like, I don't know, the fact that I'm getting between 240 and 255 miles on a single charge. And why is that important? Why does that matter? Well, it's important and it matters because they have this thing listed at like 260 miles of range. And if you know anything about EVs, the listed range is usually not even close to what the actual range is going to be. And I'm happy to report that even with the way I drive, and sometimes it's aggressive and sometimes it's not, sometimes I'm in eco mode and other times I'm in drag mode. It's just kind of a mix. I'm also mixed between highway and city driving, but no matter how I drive the car, it seems like I average the same 240 to 255 miles per charge, which is absolutely incredible. Speaking of incredible, how about this tiny frunk that makes no sense at all? This entire frunk is going to have to be removed here soon, because some more good news about the car is they just came out with a major software update. Now, supposedly, you have to be very careful closing this hood. I made a mistake doing this before. You actually have to put your hands on it and push it. You don't drop the hood or you can cause damage, and the latches are on like national back order. So the range on this thing, although it's not great, when you really think about it, 670 horsepower and all-wheel drive to get 250-ish miles of range, honestly, guys, that's not bad at all. And I did some mathematics the other day just to try to get an idea. I had a commenter leave a comment telling me that he drives a pickup truck and he fills up every 375 miles. And to drive 375 miles in his pickup cost him $35. Do you guys believe that? No. No, I don't think that's accurate. $35 gets him 375 miles. Makes me wonder what kind of a pickup truck he's actually driving. But anyway, I decided to have a little fun with it. And I did some math, and I'm not going to bore you guys with all the numbers, but in Oklahoma, electricity is like 11.9 cents per kilowatt hour, and the battery in this car is 100 kilowatts. So on the worst day, dead empty, it would cost me how much? You guessed it, $11.90 to go approximately 200 250 miles. Now, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that I'm actually paying about half of what that gentleman claims he's paying in his pickup truck to go 375 miles. And what's better than that, he was saying he doesn't have to worry about finding charging stations and all of that jazz. And guess what, guys? I don't have to worry about that either. And if you're wondering how that's possible, well, it's because I charge at home every night before I go to bed. I never have to stop and pull up to a pump. I don't have to wait in line. I don't have to stand in the rain. I don't have to fight getting the thing to read my card. I don't have to enter my PIN number or enter my zip code. I don't have to go inside and talk to a cashier because the pump isn't working. I just plug in at home every night before I go to bed. And the cost of electricity out here is so cheap, it makes driving these cars almost free. I figured it out, and over the course of 3 years, that gentleman would have filled up 40 times at $35 a tank. 40 times at $35 a tank. He would have spent something like, I don't remember, was it $4,400 in fuel? While I would have spent $2,200 on electricity. And then on top of that, I don't need to take my car in for service for an oil change. That's a big one, guys. We're talking regular maintenance, things you have to change, relatively often. Oil and oil filter is a big one. Brake pads, another big one. Shouldn't be an issue because of regenerative braking. Brake pads will traditionally last unless you're doing really stupid things like tracking this thing. Brake pads are probably going to last you, I don't know, between 80 and 100,000 miles. Fluids? No. Power steering fluid? No. Serpentine belt? No. How about intake air filters? Nope. None of that. Turbochargers? Nope. Trans fluid? Nope. Rear diff, front diff, transfer case, because it's all-wheel drive. No, no, no. None of that, guys. Now, there are things that this car is going to need more than other cars, one of them being tires. And I'll be the first to admit, tires on an EV, not particularly cheap, especially when you're getting into these really nice Goodyear Eagle Sports that are like 335 20s and 325 20s on the front. Those are going to be expensive. That will definitely add up. And then there's the cost of insurance. My Ram Rebel was running me just under $200 a month for insurance. This car is running me $250 a month for insurance. So the insurance did go up on this as well. So that's another added expense to take into consideration. At the end of the day, it really comes down to personal preference. What do you want to drive? If you want to make an excuse to drive an EV, you want to justify it to the world, believe me, you'll be able to. If you choose to drive a gasoline car, you can justify that and sell that to the world as well. Or a hybrid. At the end of the day, does it really matter what any of us chooses to drive or chooses to spend our own money on? Not really, guys. And I'm here to tell you, I am an EV lover, and I love seeing new products come out from different companies. Like, this is Dodge's first attempt at an EV, and I think while they're a little late, okay, they're a lot late to the party, and there's definitely a lot of bugs. A lot of these cars are bricking themselves. They won't even drive. A lot of them go into turtle mode. You can't get them above 30 miles an hour. They are problematic. They launched these things way too quick to the public. They're selling them for too much money. It's a huge fail, in my opinion, but if this new software update fixes the majority of owners' problems with these cars, I'm telling you right now, don't sleep on these cars, whether it's the RT or the Scat Pack. I'm here to tell you, these are very, very capable cars, and even though the gasoline engines are returning, maybe later this year, wink, wink, the gasoline versions of this car will not be able to touch it, okay? Even the high output Hurricane is going to have a really difficult time competing with the RT. So just be aware of that. And the HO versus the Scat Pack EV, there's no, come on guys, 670 horsepower, no, it ain't gonna happen. This car is still gonna be king of the road, at least for a little while, before they come out with the Banshee. And the Banshee is supposed to be a demon killer. So I'm excited to see that Dodge is still trying to make this better. But to make it really work, they're gonna have to fix all of the bugs, they're gonna have to make these cars reliable, and then they're going to have to find a way to bring the price down. Nobody in their right mind is paying $85,000 for one of these cars. I hate to bring Tesla into the equation here, but let's be real. They're the biggest automaker of electric vehicles. and you are competing in a market that they own, okay? We're talking about a Tesla Model S Plaid that does 0 to 60 in 1.8, okay? Realistically, about 2.2, while getting over 300 miles of range in an all-wheel drive car with 3 motors, okay? Utilizing a 100 kilowatt hour battery, getting better range, charging faster. Basically, what I'm trying to say is the Plaid, brand new, is still way more expensive than the Scat Pack. So I think they're kind of comparable when it comes to price. But when you jump into the used market, unfortunately, not many of these Scat Packs are around used because, well, they haven't even sold new yet. So good luck finding one used. And when you compare prices, I bought my 2021 Model S Plaid for, was it $58,000? $58,000, and it only had like 3,000, 4,000 miles on it when I bought it. What are you going to buy? A Model S Plaid that has the infrastructure that everybody wants when it comes to charging and taking road trips, or are you going to want the Dodge when they don't have their own infrastructure? You have to rely on places like ChargePoint or Electrify America or whatever that new one is Dodge is utilizing that gave me $600 in credits for like EV Go or Free to Go, Free to Move, something like that. I don't know. I've never even heard of them before. Are they going to be all over the country too? Infrastructure matters for people that are going to be traveling. So I think if Dodge could figure out a way, hopefully the software update takes care of the reliability issues. If they take care of that and they can find a way to manufacture these where the prices are actually reasonable, I'll be completely honest with you. This car, as it's spec, I think this is as loaded as you can buy them. I don't think they come any more loaded than this. If you could get this car spec for $65,000, all day, every day, I would buy one every day of the week and twice on Sunday. I'm not even joking. I think for 65 grand, this car is a phenomenal deal, even though it's still a confusing car. It's not a sports car. What is it? It's not exactly a luxury car, although with all of the suede / Alcantara, with all of the carbon fiber accents, the ambient lighting is out of this world. You've got the stacked dashboard. I mean, take a look at this dashboard. You want to talk about intricate, kind of complicated. Look at you, red stitching here, white stitching, red stitching. You got carbon fiber with ambient lighting. It's multi-layered stacked. The heads-up display, Alcantara suede, more carbon fiber. The steering wheel, flat top and flat bottom. You got the old school pistol grip shifter. This car is, and some people said, I can't believe you paid that much money for a car with cloth seats. This isn't cloth. This is literally Alcantara and suede and leather. This is not cheapo cloth, guys. The gauges, absolutely out of this world. Stunning, beautiful. The screens look beautiful. And if we go into reverse and you take a look at the cameras, gorgeous camera. Bird's eye, I know the lines aren't real, guys. I hate that it does that. That's not the car, that's my camera. But anyway, the cameras are absolutely phenomenal on this. It's just figuring out the menu system is too complicated, in my opinion. They've got to find a way to make it better. And the exhaust, we need some kind of way of controlling the exhaust. There's your cameras and then settings, dashboard takes you to performance pages, drive modes. This DXR, I believe, is your GPS and camera. It will record everything. Autonomy, what does that even do? It just tests your sensors. You go to electric vehicle and then you got your creep and your power flow, driving history, all of this great information and stuff. But like if I wanted to go back to the performance pages, I don't even know how to get there. It should be under vehicle, but where is it? It's under there it is, under dashboard. And then you go to performance pages. Nope, that's not it. What if I go to race? Is it under race? No, it's not. Where do I go to drive modes? There it is. That's my stupidity, not the cars. If I want to set something up in drag mode, I should be able to adjust everything, including the speaker output for the exhaust sounds, guys. There needs to be more options, and they need to find a way to simplify this menu system. Now, we're going to take this thing out for a little ride so I can kind of show you guys, have a little bit of fun with it once we get outside of town here. And then we're going to close out the video. I'm here to tell you, regardless of all the issues and the little quirks and the problems that I've had with it, It is an absolutely enjoyable car, a comfortable place to be, and this is something I could drive all day, every day. And for the life of me, I still don't understand why so many people on the internet are just bashing the hell out of this car and hating it. I have no skin in the game here, guys. I don't even own this car. This is a lease, so it doesn't matter. I have no reason to lie to you. I don't need to sell you my vision for this car. I don't need to sell you my opinion of the car. It's just my opinion. I didn't get paid for it. Dodge isn't paying me for this. I leased it. It's not even my car. It will never be my car. So what do I care? If you love it, great. If you hate it, great. I'm here to try to set the record straight, because I think there's too many people online that they're doing nothing but talking trash on the car, and I'll bet half of them never even owned one. Most of them got to drive one at a Dodge event. They got to drive it a little bit, and they came out hating the car and trashing it when they never even really gave it a chance. I want to set the record straight and tell you the truth. Give you my honest opinion of what the car is, what it isn't, what it can, and what it can't do. And so far, I am absolutely impressed with this car if you can get it for $65,000 and be done with it. All right, we're gonna push that power shot button. Do I have to be moving first? There we go. Ready, set, go. Slow down there, girl. She getting a little too excited there, right? Oh, man. Now, I don't know if you guys heard those wheels spin, but remember, this is all-wheel drive, and we're spinning the tires. I have no idea what the 0 to 60 ended up being on that run. In fact, it should probably tell me somewhere in the performance pages. It's probably not going to be the 3.3 seconds that they say it is. But also remember, I'm on street tires. It is not a hot summer day. I don't even know if it's 75 degrees out. So I mean, it's a decent day, but the ground definitely isn't nice and hot and sticky. And I'm not riding on sticky tires either. It's fast, quick, let's say that, it's quick. Unfortunately, they have the speed capped at like 137 miles an hour, which is truly unfortunate. If I wanted to take this thing to the track, and a lot of people do, I would want to have the speed limit uncapped on this, just so that I have maximum potential from the car. Overall, though, guys, this is a car you can go out and daily drive. If you want to go get groceries, you can go get groceries with and have a good time. People look at it, people love it. I've had a lot of people telling me that the people that come up and talk to me about it aren't actually interested in the car. They're making fun of me. I'm here to tell you, it's possible. Sure, maybe they turn around, walk away, and they laugh. But I don't understand if that's the case. Why do these people stop and talk to me for 15 to 20 minutes, asking questions, looking around, listening to the exhaust, taking pictures with it, even if it's not running? People in person go crazy over this car. They love the way it looks. They love the idea of it. They just don't like the price tag. Meanwhile, people online all seem to hate it. It's very strange, guys. In one place, online, with people that have never put their hands on the car before, everybody hates it. But when people see it in person, everybody loves it. Let's try launch control. Hold brake and throttle. Ready? Oh, I hit the brake. It was an accident. I hit the brake. I didn't realize I still had both. Okay, let's activate launch control again. 1 foot on the brake, 1 foot on the throttle. Hold, and then let off. There we go. There we go. And you can select the level of launch control you want. High, medium, low, maximum. I just had it on medium, guys. I wasn't even going crazy with it, man. It's quick. Like, I'm not lying to you guys. It may not have the same type of horsepower and torque that a Tesla Plaid has. It may not lay you back in your seat or punch you in the chest the same way. It is an absolute blast to drive. Whether you want to cruise around in economy mode and just enjoy yourself, or if you want to go out and, you know, have a little fun on the street, this car will surprise people. Most people, when they see it, don't even know what it is. You're going to get all kinds of Chargers and Challengers, Scat Packs and RTs wanting to play Mustang GTs. No, it's not going to happen, guys. You know what I mean? It's not going to happen. This car is kind of a sleeper because when everybody sees it, they don't really know exactly what it is, and everybody wants to play. And I'm going to be completely honest with you, I'm always down to play with unsuspecting drivers. Now, can we just have a little fun real quick and push the power shot button one more time? Driving this car is so gamified. It really is like playing on a PlayStation, like an old race car game on the PlayStation. It's so much fun. It makes driving like a video game. Now, you push this button. This would be like your NOS button on your PlayStation controller, right? You push it, the screen tells you, punch throttle for power shot, and whoa. Yeah, and go. It doesn't take much, guys. It is so much fun. So now that I've really just driven the hell out of this car, I can't wait to see what it says my mileage is. It says I have 100 miles left, which is pretty impressive, as I've been beating on it pretty hard. I would do some burnouts. Maybe we'll come back in another video. If you guys really enjoy this video and you want to see some burnouts and donuts, hit the thumbs up button and drop a comment below and tell me that you want to see donuts and burnouts, and I'll come back and do it for you. I'll give you whatever you want to see on this car, so long as you're engaging and interacting with the video. This thing is an absolute blast, and I highly encourage you to go check one out for yourself before you go listening to a bunch of people on the internet that are saying the same thing to get views. Actually take one out for yourself. Now, I'm not saying these cars don't have problems, they do, but I'm also saying there is a new software update out right now, okay? Go get your car updated. If you already have one of these, get it into the shop, get it updated. And I think it's going to make a world of difference. Not to mention they're continuing to update the software to make these cars even better. So before you write these things off, I highly recommend you go check one out for yourself and see what you personally think of the car instead of watching videos and just repeating what everybody else is saying. So after that beating we just put on the car, we have 116 miles of range left, but I have already put 130 miles on the car. So that gives us 246 miles, and that's with launching, four wheels spinning multiple times, power shots, smashing. I mean, we really laid into this car pretty hard, guys. And what I love about it is it's honest. It's honest. If it says you're going to get 250 miles, you're going to get 250 miles. It tells you exactly what you're going to get, and it doesn't BS you like some of these other EVs on the market does. A Tesla will tell you you're going to get 400 miles of range. You get 200 miles into it, and it tells you got like 60 miles left. And you're sitting there going, wait, what? This means more to me than just about anything else. More than anything on an EV, I need to know how far I can actually drive before I run out of juice. I think one of these days it'd be a lot of fun to take this thing to the track and really see what it does, you know, where you actually get a slip, find out what this thing's actually capable of. And have I mentioned before that this hatchback, I'm absolutely in love with the hatchback, guys. The hatchback is so nice. You get so much room, and yes, the seats fold down as well. And then you've got little storage compartments under here as well. There's so much room in this car. I don't use the hatch very often, so I forgot that there's a button there you got to push. Getting in and out, it's unusually large. It's also unusually heavy. I think this thing weighs somewhere around 6,000 pounds, but there's a little strap back here. If you pull it, the seat, unfortunately, it's motorized. It's another unnecessary complication. Remember when you used to pull the seat forward and it would slide on tracks and in 2 seconds it was done? Well, you have to wait for the motor to go forward. But when you climb in here, and I'm not exactly small, I'm 5'11", and a half. I am 220-ish pounds. And I want you to take a look. And the seat is still moving back. All right, so there you go. Am I loaded with room? Not really. Somebody's got this seat all the way back is what it is. It's not uncomfortable. They have nice little cutouts here. You can see them for your knees. So, I mean, I still fit. I fit just fine. And as far as headroom goes, plenty of room here. I'm not banging my head on the roof, which is really nice. But if you notice, the seat over here is much further up. This is my normal driving position. So somebody's got this seat like way back. So if we were to scoot over to this side, take a look at all the room I have here. Like, this is something I could actually ride in on a long trip in the back seat. This wouldn't bother me at all. Look at all the room between the seat and like I could actually kind of stretch out. This is unusual. This kind of reminds me of the back seat of an S-Class. Not quite. It's a little more cramped than that, but I mean, there is a ton of room back here. Of course, heated seats. You get USB chargers, some teeny tiny little cup holders. There's your heated seats, USB-Cs. You got dedicated air conditioning vents, and yes, the seats do fold down to give you even more space for your cargo. Honestly, this is pretty impressive, guys. And if you needed to get out, I've never tried this before, but let's pull the strap, push the seat up. Isn't it supposed to? No? Guess not. Okay. Well, maybe if we open the door. So you can absolutely get to the door from the back seat, open it, and this seat didn't even move itself up. So call that another glitch. A little more difficult to get out when the seat doesn't move like it's supposed to. That's bizarre. You just saw the passenger seat do it. Why didn't the driver's seat? Because it thought maybe somebody was sitting in it? Because the door was closed? That's my guess. Again, it's just another one of those little things that I don't understand. Maybe because the door is closed, it thought somebody was sitting in that seat and it didn't want to crush them into the steering wheel. That would make sense. Guys, here's your fast charging right here. This is your standard charging for home, for slow chargers. And then you've got your 110 and 220 plug right here. But then if you go up to the 400 volt chargers, boom, there it is right there. You got this nice little plug that sits over it. I don't know why. And then this button, you can't really see it, but there's a button here. I'm not sure what this is either, but I think when you push that, it's an emergency release, because I've had a couple of occasions where the plug didn't want to come out of the car. For whatever reason, the car didn't wake up. Something happened and the plug didn't want to come out of the car. And I pushed that, and it seemed like miraculously the plug, everything came back to life and it was willing to let it go. So I don't know. That's probably another one of those software update things that we'll have to stay tuned for. Again, tell me what you think about the car, and tell me anything specifically that you'd be interested in seeing me do with the car or to the car. It can't be anything too crazy because, again, it's a lease. I don't own it, so I can't modify it too much. But here's one of the things I've been considering doing, and I don't want to give too much away, but I thought about seeing if I could get somebody to do an orange wrap with a couple of numbers on the side, right? It would be the only one of its kind. There, you would, from a mile away, you'd know it was me coming. What do you guys think of that? An orange? I'm not going to go any further because I don't want to give any more away. I think most of you have already figured it out, right? So just drop a comment below and tell me what you think. I'd want to keep all the black accents. I want to keep the wheels. I like those, but I think everything that's white, have it a really nice, bright orange. And, you know, if there were a couple numbers on the side, I don't know if that would be such a bad thing. With that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm getting out of here. Now, before I get out of here, there's a couple YouTube channels I'd like to give a shout out to. One of them is Jordan Rose, and Tyler Potter is the other one. I'd like to shout both of them out. I'm going to put links to them below this video because they're doing a ton in the Mopar community to help get these cars figured out. Both of them are technicians for Stellantis. So these are people that are actively out here trying to figure out the problems and get these things resolved. They're working closely with Stellantis, with the engineers, the developing department for the software. So major shout out to these guys for trying to help the ones of us that took these cars on, took the risk, be able to actually enjoy them. I highly recommend you go check their channels out. They're full of very good and informative information. Again, I'll put a link directly below this video to each of them. Leave a comment in one of their latest videos and tell them Randy from AAR sent you. Hope y'all enjoyed today's video. If you did, hit the thumbs up button and let me know. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already subscribed. And until next time, stay safe out there, everybody. I look forward to seeing y'all again very soon in the next one.